When Eddie Nichols left his house on December 3rd, 1974, he would never return. He was just 22 years old. Now detectives with the Boone County Sheriff's Office tell me they're close to solving the case of his murder.
I'm not losing hope, but it's just been so long.
It's been 50 years since Janice Kincaid last saw her brother, Ed Nichols.
It just hurts. The pain is something that never goes away.
And they deserve answers. They deserve some kind of answers.
Vicki Scott, Ed's girlfriend at the time, says he was kind, funny, and loved his sisters.
He was the baby. They all cuddled him, you know? And he was just great. He was just the sweetest, funniest guy. Yeah, he was a cutie patootie.
But Ed's family and friends' lives would change forever. On the morning of December 3rd, 1974, 22-year-old Ed Nichols left his home in Florence and went hunting with friend David Stites on the southern end of Boone County near the Gallatin County line, with a plan to meet back at their parked truck later. While Stites returned, Ed never did.
If I was hunting with someone and I said, I'm going to come back and meet you at a certain period of time, I'm not leaving without them. You can fire a gun in the air, you can sound a horn, you can do all those things.
For 5 decades, theories of why Ed disappeared grew and spread. Some said he was accidentally shot. Some said he was killed by a wild boar. Some thought Ed simply wanted to disappear.
People would ask me, you know, do you think Eddie ran away? No. He was so involved with his siblings and his mom and his dad and very tight-knit family.
Detective Coy Cox of the Boone County Sheriff's Cold Case Homicide Unit has been working on the case off and on since 2015. He says while officials have never been able to find Ed's body, the case is decidedly a homicide.
There's nothing at all to point to an accidental death. There's everything to point to a homicide. You don't find him in the woods, you don't find any trace of him in the woods, and none of the stories make really good sense.
And while Stites is considered a person of interest as the last person to see Ed alive, Detective Cox tells me he doesn't believe he's ultimately Ed's killer. 5 years ago, detectives traveled to Tennessee in search of new information that might finally give clarity to what happened that day.
And we interviewed 3 people there who independently, separate of each other, all independently of each other, corroborated the same story that we had of an individual who made statements just before he died an accidental death. And he was a family member of one of the people that was significantly involved that day.
And Detective Cox says there are more people out there who know what happened. Now detectives are using that new information to find Ed's body in hopes that they can finally bring him home to his loved ones.
My mother and father passed away without knowing. I had a sister that passed away, another sister that just recently passed away, who really wanted to know the answers to this. And she knows now, you know, but she wanted all of us to know.
And Ed's family hoping against hope to find some kind of closure.
Just bring Ed home. Just somebody out there, just tell us.
I asked Detective Cox what the next steps are for wrapping up this case and finally bringing closure. Detective Cox says the next step is to narrow a search area for where Ed may be. He believes someone interviewed just last week may have helped them do just that. Back to you.
Annie, thank you. If you have any information that could help with this investigation, you are urged to call the Boone County Sheriff's Office at 859-334-4807.
Hey there. Yeah, you could stop watching right now, but let's be honest, you don't want to do that. Hit the links or click subscribe to see more amazing content from all of us here at Local 12.